Tucker Carlson, Ship of Fools, How a Selfish Ruling Class is Bringing America to the Brink of Revolution. Welcome to the summary of A Ship of Fools, How a Selfish Ruling Class is Bringing America to the Brink of Revolution, by Tucker Carlson. Journey through the book's key highlights as we explore the reasons behind Donald Trump's unforeseen 2016 victory, and the political establishment's shortcomings. Gain insights into the hollowing out of the middle class, the implications of unchecked immigration, and how American politicians have changed their focus in recent years. Understand the dramatic shifts in American society and culture, and how the ruling class prefers to maintain the status quo despite its consequences.
Trump's victory, a middle finger to the ruling class. In the book, the author emphasizes that Donald Trump's win in the 2016 U.S. elections was not just about him as a candidate, but a clear message from voters rejecting the political establishment. This was not a win for Trump but a rejection of business as usual. The author attributes the win to voters' dissatisfaction with the ruling class, who for decades ignored the flood of illegal immigrants and the declining middle class. Trump reflected the electorate's anger with politicians who were cozying up to special interests and failing to address the issues that mattered most to them. The book draws comparisons between Trump and Bill Clinton, who despite his flaws in character, won in 1992 because he spoke about the issues that mattered, but lost public trust when he cozied up to special interests. The book prompts readers to rethink Trump's win outside the traditional analysis that attributes his success to various factors, such as fake news and racism. It encourages an understanding of the message behind Trump's win as a manifestation of a growing need for real change among voters who felt ignored. The book concludes the 2016 elections marked the beginning of a new class system in America. The vanishing American middle class. The book reveals a significant political occurrence, the disappearance of the middle class in America, which is crucial for the upkeep of a stable democracy. With fewer than half of American adults belonging to the middle class group in 2015, a shift began in American society's landscape. The wealthy now collect large shares of the income once earned by the middle class, businesses moved overseas, and social mixing became rare. The author further highlights that this phenomenon is of political significance. Societies with upwardly mobile citizens tend to remain stable. The book also exposes how politicians have disregarded this shift, with Democrats focusing mainly on identity politics, abortion, and environmental issues, while Republicans see poverty as a rightful punishment for sloth and accuse any effort to address income inequality of being European socialism. As a result, the book provides an in-depth understanding of the American economy and society, pointing out the dire need for politicians to pay attention to the ongoing disappearance of the middle class. The Democratic Party, a mouthpiece for the wealthy? The Democratic Party has shifted from being champions of the working class to promoting unchecked market capitalism. The tech industry has thrived at the cost of millions of Americans losing their jobs, yet neither Democrats nor Republicans address this. The party's leadership embraces the likes of Amazon's Jeff Bezos, who avoids unionized labor and automates jobs, and Apple's Tim Cook, whose company exploits Chinese labor. Meanwhile, the party largely ignores the labor rights of Uber and George Soros's history as a vulture capitalist. The Democratic Party has now become the party of the wealthy, as evidenced by the staggering campaign contributions from billionaires and employees of tech firms. The rift in America is no longer between left and right but rather between those who benefit from the status quo and those who do not. The impact of immigration on American society. Immigration has become a significant area of change in American society. The number of immigrants has drastically increased since the 1970s. However, unchecked immigration has resulted in over 15 million illegal immigrants, which Republicans have not fought against due to the benefits of cheap labor for employers in their party. On the other hand, Democrats have adopted an amnesty ethos for illegal immigrants, favoring liberal policies on immigration. The effects of unchecked immigration have been unevenly distributed, with those in the top 20% of income distribution benefiting from cheap labor and a diverse range of restaurants. However, low-wage workers are competing with illegal immigrants for jobs and resources. The rapid changes have led to disconcertment among Americans, and questions have been raised about how to unite a nation with diverse languages, races, religions, and cultures. Nevertheless, the ruling class has not provided answers but instead has praised diversity while avoiding racially mixed neighborhoods. America's elite leaders, their incompetence and hypocrisy unveiled. The ruling class in the U.S. have made poor decisions regarding the economy, immigration, and foreign policy. America's failed nation-building programs in Iraq, Libya, Syria, and Yemen, and their unnecessary military engagements, have exposed the incompetence of the political establishment. The same elites who once opposed war are now eager to engage in aggressive actions, risking American lives for no real threat. The author argues that this hypocritical behavior is a result of the ruling class living in a cocoon, detached from the realities of the country, while mocking the middle of the country as the land of mayonnaise and Wonder Bread and Klan rallies. The crisis American men face. American men are facing an unprecedented crisis that is leading to addiction, suicide, and unemployment. The industries dominated by men are disappearing, and the gap between men and women is shrinking, with women outpacing men in college degrees. Despite this, the ruling class perpetuates the myth of a wage gap and continues to hold boys and men back while pushing girls and women to succeed. The focus needs to shift from the unequal wage gap to solving the real crisis that American men face. The true divide in America. In modern America, the labels of conservative and liberal have become meaningless. Instead, the real division is between those who benefit from the status quo and those who suffer because of it. The government's inability to combat the opioid crisis has led to a decrease in life expectancy, which the ruling class has ignored. These elitists are increasingly out of touch with the American people and fail to represent them adequately. Hence, the American electorate responded by electing Donald Trump, as they saw that he represented their voice, not the elites.
In summary, Ship of Fools reveals the hidden reasons behind Trump's rise to power, providing an in-depth examination of America's growing dissatisfaction with its ruling class. The book highlights the erosion of the middle class, the indifference towards unchecked immigration, and the shift away from addressing core issues facing everyday Americans. Delving into the radical changes to American society and the failures of the political establishment, Carlson offers a sobering and insightful look at why voters chose to elect Trump as an act of rebellion against the status quo. Understanding these issues is critical for grasping the complexities of contemporary American politics.